In the early 1600s, long before calculators, before computers, even before the idea of scientific notation, there lived a Scottish nobleman who would change the way the world calculated forever. His name was John Napier. Back then, math wasn't just hard, it was painstaking. Astronomers mapping the heavens spent hours, even days, performing endless multiplications and divisions by hand. One small mistake could throw an entire star chart off course. But in Scotland, one man couldn't stand the inefficiency any longer. John Napier wasn't your average mathematician. Born in 1550 into Scottish nobility, he was an inventor, philosopher, and theologian, and he had a deep fascination with numbers. He believed that nature itself followed mathematical laws, and that those laws could be simplified. He asked himself a question no one else dared. What if multiplication could be turned into addition? Napier spent nearly 20 years developing a system that could turn the nightmare of large calculations into something elegant. His idea was radical, to represent numbers so that multiplying them would be the same as adding their logarithms. It was as if he'd found a mathematical shortcut through the universe. Before publishing his great discovery, Napier also created Napier's bones, an ingenious tool of carved rods that made multiplication easier, but this was just the beginning. In 1614, he published his masterpiece, Mirifici Logarithmorum Canonis Descriptio, the description of the wonderful canon of logarithms. It was a book that changed science forever. Napier's work spread like wildfire across Europe. Astronomers, navigators, and scientists rejoiced. Their laborious calculations suddenly became simple. One English mathematician, Henry Briggs, was so inspired that he travelled to Scotland just to meet Napier. The two worked together to refine logarithms into the base 10 system still used today. At almost the same time, across the continent, a Swiss clockmaker named Just Bergy had independently created a similar system. But it was Napier's version that captured the imagination of the scientific world. His clarity, his tables, and his explanations transformed theory into power. Napier's logarithms became the backbone of computation for over 300 years. They guided explorers across oceans, helped astronomers map the stars, and eventually laid the foundation for the computer age. Even in the age of digital technology, Napier's insight remains. The idea that complexity can be tamed by pattern, that the universe itself can be simplified with logic. John Napier didn't just invent a new kind of math. He gave humanity a tool to understand the infinite, and all before computers ever existed. If you enjoyed this story of genius and discovery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another tale that shaped the world of science.